Is it okay to date to multiple people at once, or is it just cheating?
It depends. Is there's deception involved? That's the question. Like, is there deception involved? If obviously, let's say I have like three other girlfriends, the question is, do they know about all of themselves, and do they know about you, and do you know about them? Like if there's deception, then it's not even a question of multiple partners.
Yeah.
It's a question that there's deception in the relationship. And that's already where things are off. So it's not even about what are you doing. It's about the fact that there's deception in the relationship.
Well,
So
omitting of certain information that might pertain to you influence you in a different direction than what we think we are doing.
omission and hiding things, especially something of that nature, is obviously a very, very deep issue or concern. Now, apart from that, is it okay? I'm a guy, and my answer to that is always a yes. And that's because guy nature is very simple. Like, we are very simple people to understand. Guys want more. And here's why. As a guy, you work really, really, really hard. Think about it like this. Just put it into understand a guy's situation. High school, you're a loser. Early 20s, you're a loser. You finally get a decent degree, you go work, you work hard, you go to the gym, you improve yourself. They tell you the prize is the hot girls. That's part of the prize of working hard as a guy. Materially in the world, that is the case. Now, people might fight that and say, no, that shouldn't be the case, but that is the case. Now, all of a sudden, you're 32, 33, you've got some money, you've got some assets, you've got an apartment, you've got a car, you're mobile, so you're a convenient person to be around, you can pay for things, and then they're saying, you know what, take one girl. How? And all these other ones that say they want to be with me as well, what about them? That's the prize. The prize is that I get more than one thing. It's like saying to someone, congratulations, you've become a billionaire. Yeah, I have one car. What? So all this money, what I have, and I just need to have one car. Yeah, I have one house. Why? Why? It doesn't make sense. And now people will be like, well, but women aren't things. Of course, women aren't things. Guys know women aren't things. But women are still something that guys want to enjoy to the highest level that they can because they work hard as part of it. Like, that's just the way it is. Girls
Acquisition.
it's not an acquisition. It's a thing that you are rewarding yourself with as many beautiful women as you want because you have that option. For guys, life is really about options. And if you can have as many as you want, then go ahead. Here's a problem though with that. At some point, as many as you want becomes a problem because it can be detrimental to your actual work ethic that got you to that level of having as many as you want. Like if I suddenly go and have 20 girlfriends, that would be a mess because I'm speaking to 20 people, entertaining 20 different conversations. The time that you're spending actually speaking to all those people is actually crazy. The money that you're spending is actually crazy. So it wouldn't make sense to have 20, 30 different girlfriends. Would it make sense to have five? For me, I don't think so. Personally, for me, now I'm speaking for myself. I wouldn't have five. Two, I'm not sure if two would be too much. Three, maybe if two is too much, then maybe three is too much. One is fine, but three is not a bad number. It's all of us sitting on the couch enjoying TV together. That's a good situation. It is a good situation. Okay. You get sisters. I give you sisters, and you're happy with them.
Sisters. I wasn't born with sisters. I'm not going to start now wanting sisters in solidarity with me to do the thing.
Yeah, because you guys, that you guys are here.
That's okay.
For the same thing.
I can handle it alone.
You can handle it alone.
I can handle it alone. I think for me, the basis of this question of like dating multiple people at the same time, being needing differentiation is, are you dating? Because I don't think here in South Africa, particularly because this is where I'm from, we understand the dating and being in a relationship. We somehow mold those two things into one.
Yeah.
If we're dating, I'm in a dating phase and I'm not in a relationship and I'm not actually physical with somebody, and I'm in the get to know you stages, or I'm wanting to see what's out there, and I'm engaging with people in the context of wanting to further see if there could be something there, like we normally say, then I'm dating. And I think there could be a potential there where I could see with different people if I am interested in getting to know them a bit more. There's nothing physical happening there. We're just getting to know each other to see if we have the compatibility to actually see if we can be in a relationship.
Oh, okay. So in South African language, are you speaking to different people?
You're speaking, okay. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we're speaking to them. But then with
Yeah.
that speaking in South African terms, the speaking can be another speaking.
Yeah, but like most people, when you say speaking, they'll understand. Like, yeah.
Here's where I have a problem with this, even the speaking, because this is my personal opinion and what I've been through. When it comes to even speaking, I can't keep that same level of attention and give that to everybody I'm speaking to. Somebody in that equation is going to get more attention than others.
That's the point, right?
That's the challenge.
But that is the point of speaking.
Is it?
Yeah, the cream of the crop is meant to rise to the top.
No, but the cream of the crop is not what rises to the top. It's what I choose to give attention to based on what I think is most valuable there, and not actually what's actually the interactions that happen there.
Then that could be a selection problem.
It's more so twofold, more influenced by what I think is my perception of the people that I'm engaging with and who I think is most high value. That could include the person being of high value because I'm seeing certain traits, but more so influenced by what I think and what not what the person is presenting.
Okay. It's a fair statement what you're saying, that okay, you're seeing a person a certain way, and so now you're giving that more attention, which then obviously feeds into you getting to know that person a lot better than other people, when potentially other people might have actually been a better option had they had the attention of you getting to know them even better. I think that's a fair point. For me, should you speak to different people? It depends. If you're obviously single, not in a relationship at all, and you are on Tinder or you're on Bumble or whatever other dating app that's there, yeah, speak to different people, because guess what? That's going to be happening anyway from the messaging stage. You're going to be speaking to different people. Then there's the transition of going to like dates and stuff. Yeah, sure, go on dates. Now, the dates in question obviously enters the political realm of, for a guy, if you're going to go on 5 dates, you're paying for all those first dates. Like, my belief is that if you're a guy, you're going to pay for the first date. So if you're going to spend 500 rands per date, you're looking at spending 2,500 rands to get to know 5 people. And then eventually the cream of the crop will rise. You'll select the one and say, okay, cool, this is somebody that I want to be with. That person won't ever know that you actually did a 2,500 rand survey to find them. For them, they think it was just one date. And so one of the things that happens for guys, this is now attributed to why guys will sometimes then cheat. The investment. Think of it like this. I go on 5 dates. I spend 500 rands on each date. A very low amount of money, I think, these days for a date. So you spend 500 rands on that date. All these girls are available and they want to seal the deal. Do I now say, you know what, it's fine, let me lose 2,000 rands and pick one?
No.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm gonna
want to extract as much.
I want to return on the investment. That's the logic. Whether it's unconscious or conscious, that is the logic of sometimes what happens. So the speaking or dating multiple people thing can lead to those scenarios where a guy wants to close deals if the opportunity is available, which means the person that you eventually do enter the relationship with, you start off already with deception. Because think of it like this. Let's say like I went on a date with you and I went on a date with other people while you and I were like in the process of dating. During the time when you and I were dating, transitioning now into a relationship, one of the other deals that I'd been on a date with was like, yo, I'm available, come hang out, whatever it is. And then I sealed the deal over there. Already now, when the relationship starts, I'm a person who's been with another person. Just last week, I was in bed with another person, and now we're starting a relationship. That's a very, very muddy place to be in to start off with. And I think a lot of relationships actually start off like that because of the dating and speaking stages, where the speaking stages for the guy's perspective actually have a cost.
Yeah, I get that. And also just the blurred lines of the actual there is no commitment, but there is loose commitment because we're talking. And that sort of just being not sure of where do we stand makes you make decisions that serve you better because you're here to actually do what's best for yourself.
Yeah.
In the long run, in the bigger scheme of things, you want to be with the best person that actually meets your criteria. And if you're still looking, yes, fine, this person could be ticking some boxes, but the other might be ticking other boxes that you want, and you want to actually experiment with both to see the dynamics between if you had a relationship with that person or if you had a relationship with that person. So in that sense, there's no real much of anything that's there that is a commitment point to, okay, we are exclusively seeing each other. That might even be a case of like, okay, we're dating, we're taking it slow, but I'm still able to see other people and do other things with other people because I'm not in a relationship with you.
Yeah, and that's fine if that's obviously the conversation that's been had. It just gives a right. It's a right. It gives a situation where another question has to be asked, which is how long into entering a relationship should the last time you had been in bed with someone be? Say the day you and I decided to enter a relationship and you discovered the day before I was in bed with another girl. How would you feel?
That wouldn't sit well with me.
Why?
Because I'm just like, what are you doing? Then you should be with that person. Why are
Okay,
you here?
then how long ago should it have been?
I don't think I want to know any of those
Okay.
details. If I do know, it's going to influence and it's going to taint how I see you. Like I'm saying, can't be yesterday because already
Okay.
I'm feeling ache from
Okay.
just noting that you was. What are you even doing here then? If that's the case,
You and I weren't exclusive yet.
yeah, we weren't. But like you're busy with other people. That's already a subconscious turn off that actually might seem I'm fine with on the surface, but deep down I've already written you out because I'm just like ache.
Can you see now how then dating can be confused in the commitment space? Because if you're saying, okay, fine, we're not exclusive, are you then saying, okay, I can go see other people? All right, fine, I can go see other people because we're not exclusive, we're still dating. But now you get upset when you hear that the other people that are seeing,
Which is always
I was in
gonna
bed with
happen.
them. So do you want us to be, had you wanted to be exclusive, why did you say you wanted to be exclusive?
Because you don't want to also close up your own options.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
thing. I think that's the main
okay.
thing. You don't want to close up your own options. And second thing is the honesty is very selective because it has to be that way. Unfortunately, it has to be that way because like if you divulge too much, you also ruin your own chances of actually this person seeing you in a favorable light.
Yeah, that's true.
If you reveal too little, there's a lot of just suspicion that's also there. So it's a balance between deception, which is always going to be there if you're still getting to know a person, and being also open to actually communicating things in a clear manner. So those two sort of things actually come into a middle point where they meet, the deception and the honesty. They have to have a specific balance in order for it to work. It can't be 100% honestly because that's going to turn me off of actually viewing you in a favorable manner. And it can't be 100% deception now of like, I guess saying
Okay.
So it's that core game of courting, I guess.
Are you saying that's what you did?
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Oh, deception and
Yeah, I will say
okay.
it wasn't like a full on like big percentage of deception, but I had to paint myself in a favorable light. Like everybody wants to present themselves in the most I think most version of themselves that is most perfect to suit the occasion of being chosen.
Okay, what were you
unquote.
deceptive about?
What was that? It wasn't like a big things of just like I was sleeping with somebody else last night, but I was talking to people. I had people who weren't really clear, a person that wasn't really clear whether it's a relationship or what, or like a situationship happening.
Okay.
Yeah. Hence on our first date they called.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So it was one of those things of just like there's some bit of ambiguity in how we're meeting, and actually that could draw a person in or piss somebody off to an extent where they don't want to have further interactions with you. So it's a unique balance of the two.
Yeah, well, I was dating 5 girls at the time, so anyway.
Oh, are you just talking that just conveniently just to like yeah? I was also
Of course I wasn't. Of course I wasn't. Or was I? Okay, but you still haven't answered the question of how long ago should it be in the last time you're in bed with someone before you enter a
I
relationship?
think a good space would be about maybe 2 months, not too far to be unrealistic and say the past 6 months. No, we know that's not the case.
Okay.
Not too close to say to yesterday. It has to be like a semi-conservative number of like 2 months ago.
2 months is semi-conservative.
Yeah.
Yo.
2 3 months.
Life
6.
is
If you say
cheap.
6 months, then like you're lying. In this grown age, you're lying. Unless if you're a church like conservative sort of person. But if you've been like out and about trying to figure your stuff out relationship wise, then you would have dabbled in a few things. We are grown up enough to actually admit that to other people. So we have to. If you say it's been less than that, then your integrity is in question for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's it's between those two. So for me, the line between multiple dating and like being a person who dates one person at a time, it's context dependent, but both can be used at the same time depending on the situation and where it is that you are in your life. I'm sure the younger you are, the more that you can possibly as a woman do that. And we see a lot of women doing that actually, of dating multiple people at the same time. The issue is now going full on in and giving a lot to those multiple dating options at the same time, or giving way too much of time to the wrong sort of person that you're giving an option to. I think there's a subtle line there that one has to draw within themselves of these are my boundaries of interacting with these multiple people if you choose to do that. If you also choose to do one at a time, know the drawbacks of doing that, because you're taking a lot of time, investing a lot of time in one person, and if that person just doesn't work out, you now start from scratch and go through the whole process again, and you're taking longer time to actually get the commitment you say you want. It does not guarantee that you'll get the commitment just because you're dating one at a time. It might seem as if it's more ethical, but also it's actually, you could use the other strategy just as well, or combine the two to be more in the middle of getting what you want and also not limiting yourself.